So today we're moving on and we are doing 2.6 rotations. So this is just another transformation that you're going to learn about. And just so you know, a rotation is obviously something that is going to go around another point. It's rotating. So think of it like a spin or a turn or something rotating around a point. So the first thing we're going to learn about is I'm going to go ahead and give you the rules. So basically what that means is if it's asking you to rotate around a point, meaning around the origin, you can go ahead and use this rule to get around the origin, and then it's going to help you to figure out what's happening in the end. Okay, so here we go. So let's go ahead and zoom in, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you about these rotation rules. Okay, so the first thing is you guys have to know exactly what counterclockwise and clockwise is. So if I'm going clockwise, it's going to be negative. Okay, so clockwise means you're going with the clock. So if I have a clock and I have the hand here, the clock is going to go this direction, correct? So that's what I mean by clockwise. Clockwise is going to go in this direction. Okay, counterclockwise is going to go the other way. So the clock goes this way, so then I'm going to go the opposite way. So counterclockwise is going the other way. Okay, so if your question asks you, I need you to go 90 degrees negative, that means we're going clockwise, okay? So 90 degrees clockwise, the rule is going to be x comma y, and then is going to change into y comma negative x. So what that means is you're gonna flip it and you're gonna change the x coordinate, okay? So that's going clockwise. Going counterclockwise is positive, so it's asking you to rotate positive 90. This is going to be the rule. So x comma y, and that's going to change into negative y comma x. Okay? Next, we're going to go 180 degrees. So I'm going to rotate it all the way and I'm going to flip it 180. So basically for positive and negative, the rule is going to be the same. So right here for 180 degrees clockwise, that's going to be negative 180. My rule is going to be x comma y, and that's going to change into negative x comma negative y. So basically all I'm doing is I'm changing x and y to their opposites. And again, that's going to be the same thing as if I go positive. So if I go positive 180, it's going to be x comma y, and then that's going to change into negative x negative y. Or not necessarily negative to its opposite. That's what I mean, okay? And next is gonna be 270 degrees. So 270 means we're going basically 3 90s. So we're going 3 coordinates over, okay? So 270 degrees, this is gonna be your rule. So if I'm going clockwise, that's negative 270, and negative 270 is gonna be x comma y, and that's gonna change into negative y comma x. If you notice here, 90 degrees positive is going to be the same thing as going negative degrees 270. Those have the same rules, okay? And then lastly, if I'm going counterclockwise, meaning I'm going positive here, positive 270, my rule for positive 270 is going to be x comma y, and then positive 270 is going to change into y comma negative x. And if you look, negative 90 is going to be the same thing as positive 270 because they're going to end up in the same coordinate, okay? All right, so those are your rules. Make sure you write these down and you're going to work by these, and it's going to help you out whenever you can refer back to them, and you can basically plug and play here. You're basically figuring it out, okay? So let's look at example number 1 here. All right, so looking at 1. So on example number 1 here, it says, it wants you to rotate the rectangle EFGH 90 degrees about the origin, okay? So it actually wrote this in words, and I'm going to show you guys how to write this in coordinate notation. So basically, if they give you this information, you can read it. So it wants to rotate. Rotate is going to use a lowercase r. So rotate, okay? And it says rectangle EFG 90 degrees about the origin. So what's going to happen is it's going to give you this parentheses down low. It's going to give you 90 degrees, comma, if it's going to go about the origin, it's going to put a capital O. So this is reading. You're going to rotate 90 degrees about the origin, and then in parentheses, you're going to put your shape you're going to rotate. So E, F, G, H. So that's how you would write it in coordinate notation. So again, you're gonna rotate 90 degrees about the origin, rectangle EFGH. So I'm basically gonna take this shape and I'm gonna rotate 90 degrees. So again, 90 degrees is positive. So you guys have to understand, this is 90 degrees, this is 90 degrees, this is 90 degrees, and this is 90 degrees. So basically, if I'm going positive, I'm gonna go counterclockwise, correct? I'm going that direction. So that means I'm going basically 90 degrees over. So if I take this shape and I rotate it 90 degrees, I'm gonna end up in this quadrant over here because I'm going 90 degrees. So that would be a 90-degree rotation. If I go over one more, that would be 180 because it's halfway. And then if I go to this coordinate, that would be 270. And then obviously if I go 360, that means I made a full turn and went all the way around, okay? So basically what's gonna happen is I'm gonna show you visually how this works, and then I'm gonna show you how to put it through the system. So here we go. I'm gonna rotate rectangle EFGH 90 degrees, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and just do this point G right now, okay? So on point G, I'm going over 1, 2, so -2, and I'm gonna go up 1, 2, 3. So I'm basically gonna take this and I'm gonna rotate this thing to now, instead of going left, I'm gonna rotate it to where this is down here. So this is over 2, so I'm gonna go down 1, 2, and then I went up 1, 2, 3, so now I'm gonna go over 1, 2, 3. So this would be the new coordinate of G prime, because I basically rotated that thing 90 degrees, okay? So the same thing with H over here. So I'm gonna go, let me erase this so we can see it. G, all right, okay? So now I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then up 1, 2, 3. So we're at -8, +3. So now I'm gonna take this whole thing and I'm gonna rotate it down to this side. So that means I'm gonna go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I'm going up 3, which if I brought that down here, I'm now gonna go to the left 1, 2, 3. So this would be the coordinate of H prime. So that's how you would physically rotate it, because I went 90 degrees to right here. So if I go 180, I would take this whole thing and I would move it over 180. If I went 270, I would bring it all the way full circle and go 270 here, okay? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to do this basically graphically or mathematically. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, okay? So now I'm gonna take E and I'm gonna take F here and I'm gonna put them through the coordinate notation here. So my rule, if I'm going positive 90, my rule is gonna be X comma Y, and this should be in your notes, and that's gonna change into -Y comma X. So right now, coordinate E is gonna be -8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, +6. So coordinate E, or actually, yeah, E is -8, +6. So all I'm gonna do is put it through the translation now. So I'm gonna flip it. So flip it to 6, -8. And I'm gonna change the positive, or to my Y, which is 6, to its opposite. So that's gonna be -6, -8. So now I'm gonna plot that. So -6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, -8. 1, 2, oh no, sorry. -6 is going this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is gonna be your coordinate for that guy, okay? So this is gonna be E prime. Now let's do the same thing with F. So F is sitting at -2, +1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So -2, +6. Again, I'm gonna take it through the rule. So -Y, so this is my Y coordinate, so I'm gonna change that to its opposite and keep the X. So I'm going -6, -2. So over 6, down 2, which this is where F prime is gonna be. So ladies and gentlemen, we have just now rotated that 90 degrees. So you can do it physically by counting it out and rotating at 90, or you could just put it through the coordinate notation and it's gonna work, okay? So on example number 2 here, it says rotate triangle ABC 180 degrees clockwise about the point 2, -1. So we notice here now that this is not going to be the origin. So this is gonna be a little bit different. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna call 2, -1, so I'm gonna go over 2 and down -1, I'm going to call this point B, okay? Because what's going to happen is this is going to be written in coordinate notation for you. So again, we're going to rotate. It says 180 degrees clockwise. So clockwise is negative, right? So I'm going to rotate this -180 degrees. And it says about the point 2, -1, which I called that point B. And I'm going to rotate triangle ABC about that point, okay? So again, rotate -180 about B around ABC here, okay? So here we go. So basically what I'm going to do is I am now going to treat point B as my new origin. So what I need to do is I need to find A, B, and C from that origin there, and then I need to basically put it through its rotation system here. So positive 180. So 180 is going to be x, y, and then I'm changing it to -x, -y, correct? So what I need to do right now is I need to find my coordinates from B. So right now looking at A. So I'm going to go to the right one, and I'm going to go up 1, 2. So that means A is going to be 1, 2 from B, okay? So going to, it looks like C over here. So I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up 1, 2. So B over here is going to be 5, 2. Okay? And then now this last point, which is up here, is actually going to be, from point B here, is going to be 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. So this is going to be point B up here. Actually, this is B, and this right here is C. Perfect. So what you guys have to understand is I just now found those coordinates from my given point. So that's what I'm going to put through the system, and then after I put it through the system, my actual coordinate's going to be my final answer. So right now, point A is going to be 1, 2. So I'm going to change the sign. So it's going to be -1, -2. Okay? Point B here, which is over here, is going to be 3, 7. So now my new ordered pair is going to be -3, -7. Now point C is 5, 2. When I put it through the system, it's going to be -5, -2. So now what I have to do is I have to plot these points from point B. After I plot them, those are going to be my actual answers now. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to erase this so we can see it. So from point B, I'm going -1, -2. So from B, I'm going over 1, and then I'm going down 2, 1, 2. So this right here is going to be A prime, okay? So B is going to be -3, -7. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is going to be B prime. Now lastly, I'm going -5, -2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then down 1, 2. So this is going to be C prime. So if you look, I now have taken this triangle and I've rotated it 180 degrees around point B. Because look, so if I go this direction, go up and over, right there, that would be 90 degrees. And then if I go one more, so up and down, that would be 180 there, okay? So ladies and gentlemen, I have now rotated that 180 degrees about that point. So remember, we have to take our point, count it from our origin, which is B, and then I gotta find those coordinates. So now after I plot those, it looks like my actual answer for A prime, going from the original origin, is gonna be +1, 1, 2, 3. So +1, -3. B prime is going to be down here. So -1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So -1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 actually. Okay, and then C prime is going to be -3, 1, 2, 3, -3. So these would actually end up being your actual coordinates for that point. Okay. All right, and lastly, we're going to look at example number 3 down here. So it says on example number 3, we want to rotate the triangle XYZ -270 degrees. So remember, -270 is going to be clockwise. So again, I'm going to rotate this -270 degrees about the origin, and I'm doing X, Y, Z. So remember, about the origin, I'm just going straight from the middle. So that means I can just run it straight through my system here. So let's go ahead and do this. So right now, if I'm going negative 270, look at your notes. And the rule is X comma Y is gonna change into negative Y comma X. So it looks like point X here is going to be positive 1, 1, 2, 3. So positive 1, negative 3. Y here is going to be positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, positive 1. And then Z here is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 4, negative 6. So literally all I have to do is put it through my system and get my new coordinates. So point X here, I'm flipping it and changing the Y. So I'm going to take the Y, change it to its opposite, and keep the X. Take the Y, change it to its opposite, keep the X. Take the Y, change it to its opposite, keep the X. Okay? So it looks like 8X prime is going to be 3, positive 1. So this is going to be X prime. Okay? Y prime is going to be negative 1, 7. So negative 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is Y prime. And then Z prime is 6, 4. So I'm going over 6 and up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to be Z prime. Okay? And so if you look, ladies and gentlemen, I have taken this point and I've rotated all the way around 270 degrees negative. So that's a rotation. So take every single point, put it through your system, and you get your final answer. Okay? All right, so let me know if you have any questions, guys, and good luck on your skill check.